Today I will be talking to you about defensive gaps and defensive techniques and how to label those in such a way that should make communication to your players more effective and efficient. As always, my offensive center is a square and all other offensive players are circles. We are going to designate our gaps by writing in blue, and they will be letters. We will start off in between the center and the guard. That gap is considered to be the A gap, and then we're just going to work from left to right and stay in alphabetical order. Guard to tackle would be B. Offensive tackle to tight end is the C gap, and then tight end out to the next lineman, wide receiver, or sideline in this case, we'll just draw a continuum, would be the D gap. And then we're just going to reverse this. On the other side is going to be a mirror image. Center to guard is A, guard to tackle is B, tackle to tight end is C, and then tight end out to the next man or offensive player or to the sideline is the D gap. We are next going to talk about our even numbers, and our even numbers will designate our head up techniques. We will begin our head up techniques on the center. A head up technique on the center, again, even numbers would be a 0. A head up technique on the guard would be considered a 2. A head up technique on the tackle would be considered a 4. And then the tight end is a rule breaker. You were probably thinking a head up technique on the tight end was going to be a 6. This is actually going to be an 8. Same on the backside. 2 is a head up technique on the guard. 4 is a head up technique on the tackle. And then 8 is a head up technique on the tight end. Again, there's always in football more than one way to skin a cat, and so people may label their tight end a little bit differently, but as I said, this was the way I learned it, and it was very effective for the teams that I played on and coached for. We will then next use yellow to identify odd numbers, and these are going to be outside shades. Now, the reason why we consider these to be outside shades is because we always take the ball, which is most times at the point of the center, the offensive center. And so if we are shaded on a man and we are moving away and we are on the outermost portion of that man away from the ball, we are considered to be on an outside shade. And so therefore, again, with odd numbers, an outside shade on the center would be considered a 1. An outside shade on the guard would be considered to be a 3. An outside shade on the offensive tackle is considered to be a 5. And the outside shade on a tight end is that infamous 9 technique, that strong defensive end. And then the same thing is true on the other side. Outside shade of the center is a 1. Outside shade of the guard is a 3. And then the outside shade of the tackle is a 5. And then outside shade of the tight end, odd number, is 9. And the outside shade, a defensive player will normally align his inside shoulder to the outside shoulder, where their shoulder pads are pretty much in alignment. Again, the inside shoulder pad of the defensive lineman and the outside shoulder pad of the offensive lineman are aligned, and that defensive player who is shaded in the gap is responsible for that gap. Moving into inside shades. Inside shades are a little bit different, and I'm going to designate inside by putting the I in parentheses and writing in red, but these are going to be considered inside shades. Again, we are shading. You cannot have an inside shade on the center because he is the center. That is where the ball is. And so you can't get inside of the football because it is the centermost point. So we will begin at the guard and start our inside shades. That would be considered a 2I. Inside shade of the tackle is considered to be a 4I. And again, your tight end is the rule breaker in the system that I am explaining, and that would be a 7 technique. And then the same is true again on the back side. Inside shade of the guard, 2I. Inside shade of the tackle is a 4I. And the inside shade of the tight end is a 7. I hope this helps you out with identifying gaps and labeling defensive techniques. Again, I think this helps with the communication to the players on the football field by just letting the player know what technique he is in. That will tell him where to align and what gap he is responsible for during a football play, or at least the beginning of a football play. As we all know, the play starts with alignment, and so being properly aligned does help. And so this type of system does help your players get aligned quickly and effectively. If you are interested in looking at more videos, please visit us at xzandos.com. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email me. I'm Carter at xzandos.cs@gmail.com. And I hope this has helped you out and helps your success on the football field. Please like the video, and we hope to see you again next time. Thank you.